makes me want to have a bowl. Nice. The lads playing golf there, DB Woodcraft telling me played golf in the 7 mates and went on trips and strolled around in the mountains. One of the lads got paranoid. The cops were coming and he was carrying the hash. Nice. And John Finnegan's heading out to do a bit of gardening. Nice, John. Nice. Geez, lads, there's so many comments coming through. We still have a good old audience out there, and we see the old Twitch following as growing there as well. We got 3 people watching on Twitch. What's happening out there on Twitch, guys? Shout out to all of you and to everybody else as well still tuning in. Guys, thanks very much for all the comments coming in. I'm just gonna and apologize. I'm just gonna kind of browse through and see if there's anything catches my eye. Might I didn't do it on an AstroTurf, but took it nearby. Last time I took ketamine, I ended up going into a K-hole in the middle of an AstroTurf when there was training on. Oh no, that's not good. Geez, that's going to be a dodgy one. But I've never done ketamine actually myself. But they say that the K-hole is the goal. And that's kind of what they say, at least even in the therapy setting, when you're working with a therapist, sometimes the K-hole is the goal. And I don't know if that rings true. Like, I've not had any experiences with it, so I'm just working off of what I've kind of heard. But ketamine is a very interesting drug, all right, especially, you know, with its potential there therapeutically. But it does get used recreationally there as well, as you're kind of saying, out in an AstroTurf pitch is probably not really the place to be coming up on ketamine. Shit, son. Strawclip says, I love our country. We have such a strong weed community. It would be so much better if we had legislation or legalization. I met a random person a few days ago. He had a J and I had one too. Made a new friend. Oh man, that's the greatest, isn't it? Really, like when you're kind of just going out for an old stroll and smoking, somebody else doing the exact same thing. Yes, smoking friends. Yeah, it is nice, all right, to get to know people kind of like that. It was only actually, and interestingly enough, I suppose I'll be doing a little separate piece about this later on. But I met a grower who was busted, I suppose, but not to give away any specific details. But this person was busted within just say the last 12 months, and they were busted with a number of cannabis plants that would have been over the €10,000 valuation by the cops. And again, just not to give away any specifics, because I don't want to give away who this person was at all, just in case anybody guesses or anything. But this individual was like filling me in on the whole situation. It was just a normal everyday person too, you know. They're being portrayed out there in the media as being so much worse than what they are. But he was telling me, I suppose, the kind of the point of why I'm bringing it up is that this person was telling me why how he met another grower, and it was a friend of his that he didn't even know was growing, and he only filled him in on growing, like after he found out the other fella was growing, and they were like, oh, I didn't know you were doing it. Oh yeah, this, and like drawing like that's it, like, you know. And it's like we're being so fucking segregated from one another. Our community can be so much stronger and better, because there's so many nice people out there. Like I've met a lot of people who smoke cannabis who've come to events, like true consumers of cannabis, like, and I would say 99% of them have been really cool people, like, so, like. And that's not saying that everybody who smokes cannabis is cool. It's like the true fucking people who would display cannabis culture, whatever that might mean, you know, the heart of it, like. Hebsy girl, I've always been too scared to try hallucinogens. It's pretty much the only thing I haven't tried. I get that as well, actually, to be, and I've no problem saying that. I do get the anxious about it, very worried about it. I suppose the biggest worry for me in doing it is that the right environment in which to do it. I can never really acquire it because, you know, there's always somebody around who I shouldn't be doing hallucinogen around, like, you know. So trying to get the right settings is difficult. And I would love to do it as part of kind of more traditional uses as well. I've done mushrooms, I've done DMT, but I would love to try them in the more kind of traditional settings. I would love to get over to Mexico and try some mushrooms over in Mexico with like some of the guys over there who've done it for fucking thousands of years, and to maybe even get over to the jungle then as well to try out the ayahuasca. And I'd be very interested in, as well, in getting over to bloody South Africa and trying out the ibogaine as part of that fucking crazy tribal tradition where they'd be doing all sorts of crazy things with fucking fire ants and shit like that as well, man. Nuts. But yeah, again, loads of interesting things. But hallucinogens, yeah, they're certainly not to be trifled with anyway. At least not willy-nilly. Like, you know, you have to respect them. To be fearful is probably the respectful is more the right way to be. DB Woodcraft said, I had one LSD trip and the trip started well but ended up on my own staring at a mirror for God knows how long, watching my face get older in front of me. That's a weird one, alright. And yeah, start low, go slow. That's right, Skatanos. Definitely start low, go slow. But always, I suppose, an important one with psychedelics is making sure the setting is correct and that there's a person nearby, whether in the room or in a nearby room, who can keep an eye on you to ensure that you're safe, being safe. And always remember, you know, water's wet and fire burns. It makes me want to have a bowl.